welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel and another journaling related video. So since I make journaling content myself, I do get a lot of recommendations for journaling videos on my YouTube home feed, and recently I saw a video from Sunny Kim where she went through all of her different journals, and I have made videos like this in the past, but my journaling system has changed quite a bit this year. If you're looking for a detailed flip through of any of these journals, I will link the ones that I do have in the description box, but if there's any journals in here that I haven't done a flip through for, let me know if you'd want to see it and I can make a separate video for that. I will just briefly show some of the pages as examples, but mostly this video is going to be for discussing the purpose of the journals and what I use them for specifically. So I kind of want to split this video into two separate parts. The first part being the current journals that I use. I rotate between 3 different ones at the moment, so I'll talk about those. And then afterwards, I want to get into the 4 journals that I previously used, just to give you guys a bit more ideas of what other type of journaling that you can do. But yeah, let's begin with the current journals that I'm rotating between. So the first one is my writing journal. I also have a video about all the different supplies that I use, my favorite journals and things like that. So if you want details about any of these, you can go check out that video. But this is just a dotted journal from Amazon. So the main use for this journal now is just writing entries. So basically anything and everything that I want to write goes into this journal. A lot of the times it's writing about what I did on a weekend or a special day, or my goals for the month, or recap of the month, just talking about how the month went, how I'm feeling, things I did, stuff like that. And then I also just allow myself to write about literally anything that I want, like brain dump type of stuff. So whatever I'm thinking or feeling at that time and I want to like get it out and onto the paper, I'll do that in this journal as well. Something else that I love to do in this journal is deco and use some photos as well to represent whatever I'm writing about. So I will often use my little mini HP Sprocket printer that I have to print out pictures or Polaroids, just whatever little mini photos and stickers that I want, I'll put in there and then kind of write around it, if that makes sense. And then as always, I like to use my letter stickers to do a little bit of a title as well. So it's definitely very tedious and not practical for everybody to do because it takes a lot of time, but I just like to do my journal this way. It just makes it easier for me to write down things when the page is cute. I don't know why, but yeah, so this is my writing journal. The next journal that I currently use is my scrapbook journal. This is from Clever Fox Planners. They gifted this to me kindly, so I would say that this type of journal is my favorite at the moment because I've just been really into scrapbooking. I feel like it's a creative outlet for me while also being a place where I can document my memories and things that I've done. So I just really love my scrapbook journal. Basically in here I collage a variety of things, including photos, stickers, and little trinkets that I collect, whether that be receipts, labels, tags, things like that. I do junk journal spreads in here, which if you didn't know is basically just collaging a bunch of random things that you've collected, like labels, tags, stickers, receipts, the things that I mentioned earlier, into a page, and it'll end up looking something like this, which I love. And then I also love doing monthly recap spreads in here as well, where I put in my playlist for the month, my favorite pictures, and then also whatever media I've been into that month as well. So yeah, basically whenever I want to like collage some pictures and not have much words written into it, I grab this journal. I also do some fun spreads like this one that I did in a recent video where I collage my wish list and then places I want to go. So these aren't personal photos of mine, but pictures that I grabbed from Pinterest and collaged here on the page. So even if you're someone who doesn't take a lot of photos or things like that, I feel like a scrapbook journal can still be really useful to you because you can always do a lot of fun spreads about media you love and everything like that. So that is my scrapbook journal. I will definitely do a flip through of these journals, by the way, once I complete them at the end of the year probably. So that is the scrapbook. The last journal that I currently use is this little lined notebook from Muji, and this is my prayer / gratitude journal. So like I mentioned, I do a lot of brain dump and writing entries in here, but I like to use this one specifically for writing about the things that I'm grateful for and things that I'm praying about. I feel like I talked about this notebook before, but I really love the pages on here. If you're someone who likes lined paper in your journals, I would really recommend this one. But yeah, I think a gratitude journal has been really beneficial for my mental health, and I would really recommend trying it out if you haven't already. Okay, so those are my 3 current journals that I've been using this year so far. I really love this rotation that I have going just because it's not too overwhelming for me to have 3 different journals, and they each have a very specific purpose to them, so I'm never confused about what to put in which journal, if that makes sense. Now we'll get into the previous journals that I've owned over the years. The first one here is another scrapbook type of journal, except the style of this is a little bit different. I have a full flip through of this journal if you want to see these pages in a little bit more detail, but basically I did like the K-pop style of journaling but for scrapbook. So I just filled up this binder with little A5 sized paper and then collaged photos, and then I do have a lot of writing in here, a lot more writing than I have in my current scrapbook journal, which I love looking back on these because I have both the photos and the writing to look back on. So yeah, I really like this journal, and I would recommend this if you are someone who is really into deco. I got to use a lot of fun stickers in here and different lettering, so I really like this style of journaling. It is definitely a lot more tedious in my opinion than my other journals, so that's why I don't do this style anymore. But if you're someone who's like super creative and has maybe a lot of stickers that you want to use up, I would really recommend this style of journaling. The next journal that I have is actually one that I filled up at the end of last year, and it is my writing journal. And the reason why this journal is different than my current writing journal that I use is because I didn't really do much deco in here at all. I mean, I would add a little bit of stickers here and there just to fill up some blank spaces and add a little bit of something to the page, but the main focus of this journal was just writing. And I feel like this style of journaling is probably the most practical for the everyday person if you are just getting into journaling, or if for you the purpose of journaling is to just get your thoughts down. I would say that this style of journaling is going to be the best for you. So for this journal, I did occasionally use journal prompts, but for the most part it was just brain dump, and I was just writing about different things that I was feeling or thinking about at the time that I wrote them. And I would really recommend dating your pages when you do this type of journaling. It's just so fun to look back on and see what you were thinking in that point in time. Next journal is my bullet journal, and I also have a flip through of this entire journal on my channel if you guys are curious to see the pages in more detail once again. But bullet journaling is something that I have let go in recent months just because it is something that is extremely tedious for me. Just keeping up with the pages every single day was something that I could not do, and it is fun to look back on previous spreads and see how I used to fill them in, but it's just not something that I enjoy doing anymore. But if you're someone who has a really busy life and you like to plan things out, then I think that you would enjoy bullet journaling, but it's just something that I couldn't be consistent with, so that's why it didn't work for me. But it's still super fun to look back on, and if you are into like organization, you would probably really benefit from a bullet journal. I also did other fun spreads in this journal. Like here I did a little soundtrack page and a watch list page. There's so many different bullet journal spread ideas that you can find on Pinterest and things like that. I really like how this journal is a mix of the like classic bullet journal spreads and then also fun pages like that. It's just really cool to look back on. Although it isn't like specifically organized like the way my journals are now, I still love looking back at these pages and just seeing how far I've come with my journal. But anyways, the last journal that I'm going to be talking about in this video is my art journal, and I haven't done an in-depth flip through of this journal ever before. I have skimmed through a couple of pages randomly in previous videos, but if you guys want to see a detailed flip through of this one, let me know and I can do that, because this style of journaling is extremely different from what I do today. I actually don't have any journals that are similar to what I was doing in this one, and I kind of want to start doing this again. So if I come across a cute journal that I think would work for this one, I might pick this up again. But essentially this was just kind of like a brain dump but in art form, if that makes sense. So I would basically just do different types of artistic pages in here. I like this one because I use a lot of different mediums, so I would do collaging, markers, paint, like basically whatever I wanted to use use, and it held up really well even still. And this is another one that was really fun for me because I didn't put pressure on myself to fill it in every day. It was basically just whenever I felt like painting or creating something, I would grab this journal and do a page. So it was really fun in that sense, and I really am feeling like I want to start doing this again. So we'll see. If I decide to start that, I'll definitely do a video about it. But that is all of my journals. I know that was a lot, so hopefully it wasn't too crazy, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any specific questions about these journals or tips for journaling if you're starting out, please let me know, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it in the comments. But I will see you guys in my next video.